I've been in business a little over 8 years at that time. Our gym was one of the last things to shut down in our area. 30 days later, we decided that we were going to open up because that's my livelihood and that's how I feed my family and pay for my home. And without the gym, we really have nothing. And at that time, it was kind of difficult because your world that you live in, your bubble that you live in, everybody around you was kind of looking at you like you're doing something wrong.
My dad, he was my hero. He was always helping people. He was a teacher, he was a minister, he was a professor. I actually had him in one of my college classes, which was kind of funny. It turned out to be a good experience. He fell one day and he ended up having to go into a nursing home. Right around when COVID hit, they had just announced closing schools, and I remember thinking it wouldn't be, but a couple of weeks. I didn't really have any idea of what it was going to be like, and I remember leaving that day. And it was the last day I ever gave my dad a hug.
I lost my son Tyler 10-10-20 to a fentanyl poisoning. Literally the worst day of my entire life. I got the call that parents dread. It's the call you never really want to get. And so it was quite devastating for the entire family. His death has actually sort of ripped the entire family apart. So I thought, maybe I could turn my grief into something better. Maybe I could help someone else. I got tired of sending Governor Wolf the same letter over and over with literally zero response. A lot of us parents sent President Biden letters. I did get an email. Basically, it was your standard, hey, we got your letter, but hey, we really don't care. So it was a fluke. I decided to reach out to my senator, Senator Mastriano. I sent just a brief email that I wanted to discuss the fentanyl situation, and the senator's office called me probably a week later and asked if I would come to the Capitol and sit down and discuss the situation. And so I went, and I did. I know the minute that I sat down in that room with the senator, he was so real, so down to earth, and I didn't feel nervous. I didn't feel uncomfortable. The man prayed for me. I mean, that says a lot.
To have Doug there to guide us and tell us, hey, you're all right, stand your ground, trust in God. I support Doug Mastriano because he stands up for all the things that I believe in. He's a believer in God first and foremost. He's a man of integrity. He's a man of honor. He's gained my respect in so many different ways, and I'll stand behind anybody that stands behind me.
During his first term as senator, he was out there fighting against this before he even knew he was going to run for governor. All people need to do is just look and see he was the one that was out there fighting for my dad, fighting for all the others who were stuck by themselves in a nursing home.
He didn't know me. I'm just somebody who lives in, his section. He didn't know my son, and he promised that he was going to do something. And lo and behold, he actually came up with Tyler's Law. And that was way more than I could have ever expected, quite honestly. They asked me, would I mind if they named it after my son? I broke down in tears. I was very honored that my son will live on.